So we're back at the Gilmore Car Museum. They changed the front up a little bit, and now the entire room, instead of muscle cars this time, full of Duesenbergs. All kinds. Just many different Duesenbergs in here. It's crazy. This right here is also a Duesenberg, as well as the car that's right over here. It's a race car. Quite like the paint job on that. This right here, though, I'm just amazed because when you normally see a Duesenberg, it's usually something like what's in that room right there. This is like a whole different car, but it's also a Duesenberg. It's crazy. And of course, this race car right here. Basically where Duesenberg first started out. Some giant brakes. I'm just in awe. Look at all those controls in there. Amazing. So this right here is what I like about Gilmore. They change their rooms regularly. This particular room appears to be a barn find room, and I guess all these cars are barn finds. But what I also want to note is the complete shift in eras right here. So you got like the 1920s, 19-teens here. Look to the right. Oh my goodness, we're in an entirely different time period. Oldsmobile. What I wanted to take note, though, are these two cars in the center. One appears to be well, they both appear to be Fords, but they're both customized. This is like the lead sled era of customs. You know, you have the moldings which hold the side pipes. And all that kind of stuff. And clever usage of other vehicle parts. I'm pretty sure the bottom part where the bumper should be is actually like a grill or something. This thing right here is obviously made for the customizer who wants his cars to be higher end, but he would rather build than buy. Alright, I know there's a bit of a skip there, but I just wanted to stick to this car because it's got some documentation on it. In memory of Charles Chuck, what is that? Cleland? Custom 1960 Ford. There's a lot of good documentation here. There's it with a paint job and what appears to be a different hood compared to the one that's on it right now. Must have gone through some costume changes over its time. Oh geez, I'm zooming in. Appears to be like a model or something right here. It's pretty cool. I must say all the cars in this room are pretty cool. Especially the one that's behind me right now. Chevelle. And it appears to be a convertible too. Well, it is a convertible. How about that? Pretty crazy. Got a Studebaker bus right here. Outdoor life. Of course, in the Midwest, outdoor life means this. Because of course. Huh, I wonder where this car came from. Just can't put my finger on it, dang it. For the special agent in training. Here's something I could learn from being a toy car collector myself. The types of, well, manufacturing processes behind these. We have die cast, which is what I usually collect. We have pressed steel. We have tin plate. We got cast iron. I mean, that must have been a heavy hitter if someone threw it. And we have some other numbered ones that can't have the description put there, so I have to consult the board. So I've been in this room many times before, but there appears to be like a conga line of new cars that have made their way in here. So I'll have to make my way through them as best I can. Got this thing right here. It's like a weird either burgundy or maroon or magenta color. It's known as a Columbia Mark Roman numeral. I don't know what number that is in Roman numerals. This is definitely one of those cars that must have been forgotten over time. It's unfortunate. Look at how ornate it is. Stanley Steamer, absolute classic. It's always cool to see one of these. They're really pieces of history. Oh, behold, the 1910 Loisiel. Okay, it's not actually a French car. I'm just making that voice to maybe trigger some people. This thing is interesting. It's made in my home state. Got a really odd jump seat situation right there. Then again, they don't call them running boards for nothing. Well, in this case it'd be sitting boards. Rauch and Lang electric coach. It's actually really cool. You can tell if a car's electric from this period by the front end styling and possibly even the cabin styling as well. Some of them were actually used as shopping cars for women, actually. And I believe some early fleet vehicles were electric too. So how about this? Not one, but two vintage Rolls Royces. How much crazier can it get? I've seen this one before, so I'm not gonna gloss over it too much. This one's new. I have not seen this one. What year is it? Gonna have to check. Look at the bodywork on this thing. And I'm willing to bet it's all original too. Well, it could be restored, but either way, it is a pretty significant vehicle. Let's see here. 1927. It has a 40 horsepower? Huh. 6 cylinders. It was $17,000 back in 1927. You could buy like a very, very nice house for that kind of money. They moved some of the muscle cars into this room, as well as some new ones too. I can't really go into that room because there's copyrighted music playing. Really good copyrighted music too, I might add. It sells a Pontiac here, at least. 1962 Pure Oil Performance and Economy Trials. I don't really know if I would apply those to this car, but oh well. It appears to be Elvira's pretentious twin right here. I don't know if I covered this very much in a previous video on my other channel, but this is the Franklin section of the museum. But what I really wanted to do was focus on the engines. Now, for those of you who may not know, Franklin was an American car company, and they specialized in air-cooled cars, which is actually kind of interesting. But they were high-end, so they weren't, you know, mass-produced or anything. Series 12A Airman. Let's see what we got. Appears to be a 6-cylinder engine. What about this thing right here? 1931 Series 15 Airman. Let's see what we got here. Okay, it's another inline 6. A little different. Also, in case you don't know, engines get hot. So, do not touch and you're good. Now this right here is interesting to me. 1943 to 1944 Franklin 12 ACG 8056. US Navy XO 805-2. If you didn't get any of that, luckily it's written right there. And it is a, I don't know if it's a 6-cylinder. There could be a, oh wow. That is a flat 12-cylinder engine. This would have been before the 512 BB or the 917. It's pretty crazy. I mean, it's a military, well, a Navy engine rather. So it's not exactly something you could put in the back of a sports car, but still, I'm sure it made a decent amount of power. Here's an example of an old Franklin chassis. The air-cooled engine right there. And here are some examples of some air-cooled cars. The 4 most known are on top, but I'll just gloss over the list right here, just so you can see the, what is that noise? Liberty airplane engine. Needless to say, will not fit in your Honda Civic. Alright, so lucky me, one of the museum employees gave me the privilege of sitting in one of these cars. Not really, this is just an exhibit. It's to teach people how to start a Model A. The exhibit isn't working, and honestly, I wouldn't even know how to start this anyways. I mean, there's a key right there, but of course, as you can imagine, it isn't that simple. That's all I'm going to get. Also, I'd be a really good sound effects engineer.